Hey, it's your girl, your favorite paralegal, aka Cassandra Lynn, and welcome to Legal Doc Talk 24/7. Hope you guys are having an awesome Saturday morning. Wait, is it Saturday? Yeah, it is Saturday. All right, y'all. If y'all have not heard, oh my gosh, I don't follow these individuals, but I have heard a lot about them, and I'm speaking on Corey SSG, aka Corey Pritchett. And so when I'm scrolling through my feed, I just seen this article and I was like, oh my gosh, because I know that he has been spazzing out for the last couple of months. I don't know what's going on in 2025, but ish is hitting the fan. I don't know. It got to be something in the air, something in the air. But without further ado, let's hop right on into this because this is quite disturbing. I have been kind of keeping up with this individual, Corey SSG, on other content creators, platforms, or pages, and just the way that they're talking about certain things that he has been doing. Bro has been spiraling. Okay. But this here took the cake. It took the cake. All right, so I was able to pull the arrest, not arrest, out. It's not even arrest. The charge information from Harris County, and I've gone through it, and I'm just going to tell you guys right now. It's some crazy stuff. So just this is my disclaimer. This is my fair warning. Um, yeah. So this here, there's three documents. It's like you have the affidavit, you have the motion for bond, and you have the motion for sufficient bail. So after this incident took place, bro got out of here. He is out of the country, purchased a one-way ticket, and you'll hear this in the affidavit that I read. It's crazy. But without further ado, let me go ahead and get into this. So we have the state of Texas versus Corey. Mind you, he now has two aggravated kidnapping charges out of Harris County. So Harris County PD is looking for him. The FBI is involved because he is a fugitive. Um, yeah. All right. So this affidavit reads: Before me, the undersigned Assistant District Attorney of Harris County, Texas, this day appeared the undersigned affiant, who under oath says that he has good reason to believe and does believe that in Harris County, Texas, Corey Pritchett, hereafter styled the defendant, hereto on or about November 24th, 2024, did then and there unlawfully and intentionally and knowingly abduct Ava Raquel, hereinafter styled the complainant, without her consent, with intent to prevent her libertarian by secreting and holding the compliant in place where the compliant was not likely to be found, and using threatening. And threatening to use unaliving force, namely a pow pow, on Ava Raquel, and during the commission of said offense, the defendant used and exhibit a pow pow, namely, oh, he used the pow pow. Let's put it that way. Now there's two individuals. The first lady's name is Ava, and the other lady name, I do not know how to pronounce her name. So there's actually two affidavits, but I'm just going to read one only because it just has the same information. But just know that it's two individuals. All right, probable cause. So yes, they have probable cause to pick him up, lock him up, and try him. All right. Affiant S. Elias, a certified peace officer with the Houston Police Department, Major Assault Division, do solemnly swear that I have good reason to believe and do believe that Corey Pritchett, hereinafter referred as to the defendant, did on or about November 24th, 2024, in Harris County, Texas, commit the offense of aggravated kidnapping. My belief is based upon the following facts. Affiant S. Elias employed by the Houston Police Department and currently assigned to the Major Assaults Unit, Squad Number 6. Am currently primarily tasked with investigating aggravated assaults, and kidnappings. I was assigned to the follow up on this case, where on November 24th, 2024, Harris County Constable Precinct 5 Deputy Y. Torres completed a police report under event number blase blase. Uh, Deputy Torres is a Precinct 5 deputy, and I find credible and reliable person. He is reported that both complainants, Sydney Rajigi and Ava Raquel, were located by Waller County Sheriff's near a way station off I-10 in the Brookshire, Texas area, where a bystander saw both complainants on the side of the road alone and called 911. The complainants were then transported to Harris County Precinct 5, located on, it's in Katy, Texas. I know exactly where that's at, for further interview by Harris County Precinct 5 Deputy Torres. The defendant, Corey Pritchett, was identified by both complainants via his Texas driver's license photos. I need to redact that out. I didn't see that. Affiant met with both complainants, Sydney and Ava Raquel, who provided a detailed statement of this incident. Affiant finds both individuals to be credible and their statements consistent with Deputy Torres's report. Deputy Torres' report states that both complainants, Sydney and Ava, knew of the defendant, Corey Pritchett, as a well-known YouTuber. When Affiant spoke to both complainants, they also stated the same. Wait, when Affiant spoke, okay. Affiant searched Google search engine for Corey Pritchett, where it shows him to be a musical artist, and on his Instagram account, Corey was that Corey P. Wait, Corey P. Something Jr. as a public figure. That one thing is going to be wild is when they pull his social media, because bro has been wilding out. I'm telling y'all now, if they subpoena his social media and find everything that he has done thus far, this is not a good look at all. From speaking with both compliance, Affiant learned the following. Complainant Raquel stated she met defendant on November 22nd, 2024, where they exchanged numbers and he was invited to go work out with her and compliant sitting all in sports performance gym in Houston, Texas, for the next day, November 23rd, which the defendant agreed to. Compliant Raquel stated that on November 23rd, 2024, she met with the compliant, I'm just going to call her, what's her name, Sydney? Yeah, I'm going to call her Sydney because I can't pronounce her last name, who is also the defendant. And she's the owner of the gym. And the owner of the gym, Justin Allen, where they worked out at approximately 10 o'clock. After the workout, complainant Raquel stated that she and Sydney and Justin Allen, who's the owner, were all going bowling in the evening. The defendant asked if he could go, which they agreed. The defendant invited complainants to come on an ATV outing before going bowling. Complainants went back to the complainant Raquel's apartments, where they got ready for the ATV outing, and the defendant then picked them up. Complainants took a bag with them, which contained several personal belongings, clothes, and makeup. The defendant arrives to complainant's Raquel's apartment to pick them up, and all three individuals go on an ATV outing at Extreme Off-Road Park. Oh, I want to go there, in Crosby, Texas. When the individuals are done with the outing, the defendant makes the suggestion to have both complainants change at his Airbnb since they are having a good time together. Both complainants agreed, where they changed clothes with no issues or anything happening while they were there. The defendant drives the complainants to Bolero, Houston, where they continued their activities and are met with two of male friends of the defendant, which they did not know their names. Justin Allen shows up to Bolero, Houston. Remember Jim? Jim. Justin is the owner of the gym. The complainants noticed that the defendant and his friends began to act suspicious by constantly looking around and learned that they had an issue with another group that was at the bowling alley. The complainants asked the defendant to leave with his friends if he was to continue to act in this manner. The defendant then told complainant Raquel that he was going to step out with his friends. At this point, it was complainants and Justin Allen still at the bowling alley. Complainant Raquel noticed that a lengthy amount of time passed and the defendant had not returned. She texted the defendant that her and the complainant, Sydney, belongings were left in his car and they need them back. She stated that the defendant responded to have Justin Allen give them a ride to HEB parking lot located in Katy, Texas. I'm sorry, it's a Katy Freeway in Houston, Texas. Justin Allen provides both uh, complainants a ride to location. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm all over the place this morning. The defendant then texts complainant Raquel that he is at Academy Sports and Outdoor, which is located on the same shopping strip of HEB. Justin Allen drops off the complainants and the defendant offers to drop the complainants off at her residence. Complainant Raquel agrees to have complainant Sydney and her dropped off at her apartment since it's located right behind this shopping strip they met the defendant at. One, if he was acting weird at the bowling alley, hey, Justin, you stay here. Let me grab our bags and we get back in the car. You take us home. Ain't no way. Both complainants stated by this point they noticed there was a large. Wait, no, I'm sorry. I'm going to reread that. Both complainants stated by this point they noticed there was a complete change in behavior in the defendant where he was not the same person as he was earlier that day. The defendant then explains to both complainants that he believes someone is after him and that he is accused of setting someone's car on fire. The defendant begins to drive, which the complainants believed they were going to be taken to complainant Rachel's apartment. The defendant then drives in the opposite direction of complainant Rachel's apartment and is now on the service road of I-10 West, passing up Gessner Road, where he goes under the overpass and is now going eastbound on the service road of I-10 in Harris County, Texas. Complainant Raquel notices that the defendant passes up the light at Bunker Hill Road, which is the road that takes her to the apartment. Complainant Raquel informs the defendant that he is going the wrong way and to take her home. I'm just going to quit saying complainant. Raquel states she notices that the defendant is making several phone calls to unknown people and responding that he was on the way. Complainant Raquel states that she remembers the defendant was now somewhere near Memorial Drive area. At some point, they were now going westbound on I-10 going towards San Antonio, where he was driving at a high rate of speed, which both of the ladies felt it was easily going over 100 miles per hour. Raquel stated that the defendant produces a pow pow, which was located between the center console and the front driver's seat, where he begins to wave the pow pow at the sunroof of the vehicle. Both ladies described the weapon to be a gold-colored pow pow. Raquel states that she then tells the defendant to take her back to the apartment, but he continued to drive westbound on I-10. Both complainants state that they were trying to remain calm. I'm sorry. State that they were trying to calm the defendant by telling him to pray together, in which he agrees to do so and leads the prayer, but continues to drive westbound on I-10 at a high rate of speed. Raquel stated she notices they are now passing up Katy Mills, that's the mall, where the defendant makes a phone call to an unknown female that he had saved on his phone as future wife. caller where she is put on video chat, but her face is not shown on the screen, and they are having a casual conversation. Both ladies stated the defendant then asked the female caller if he had perfect opportunity and was driving in the middle of nowhere and no one could hear them scream. Speaking of both of the ladies, and no one could ever find them. Should he just go ahead and do it? Both ladies stated the unknown female responded with yes. I'm gonna pause that right there because I don't know who he's dating right now or who the future wifey is, but ma'am, what? So he called the future wife, told him he done kidnapped two females, and you tell him that it's okay to go in the middle of nowhere where no one can hear them scream? Baby, let me take a sip of my water. I ain't even have coffee yet, y'all. Y'all better put in the comments who y'all think future wifey is, because future wifey in trouble. Both of the ladies stated they knew at this point the defendant was going to take them in the middle of nowhere and unalive them, seeing that he also had a pow pow in his possession. Both stated that they feared for their lives. Raquel was sitting in the front passenger seat and Sydney was sitting in the rear passenger seat. Both both ladies were on their phones texting each other of the situation. The defendant noticed that both ladies were on their phones. Let me see. Sydney stated the defendant then snatched Raquel's phone from her hand and then looked back at Sydney and pointed the pow pow at her and demanded she turn over the phone, which she does. Sydney stated the defendant then turned off the cellular data on both of their phones and continued to drive at a high rate of speed. Both ladies stated the defendant then rolled down the front driver's side window and, oh gosh, and how could I say this? And pow pow approximately 4 to 5 times out the window. Raquel stated she gently taps the defendant on the shoulder and asked if she could sit in the back with Sydney to comfort her. Raquel stated the defendant then turned towards her and pointed the pow pow at her, telling her to stay where she is. Raquel stated that she remembers passing up a restaurant called Kathy's Corner, which is in Sealy, Texas, where the defendant went on the turnabout and got back on I-10 going east towards Houston. Both ladies stated the defendant pulled over on the shoulder and ordered them out of his car and said, "This is your only opportunity." Raquel stated she tried to get her phone from the defendant but was unsuccessful, and the defendant drove off, leaving them on the highway alone at night at 1:18 in the morning. This information is based off of a screenshot from Sydney's Life 360 app. Both ladies stated they continued to walk on the side of the highway for approximately an hour and tried to flag down drivers. A driver finally stopped from them. For them, where the complainants were able to call 911 and Waller County deputies were able to assist the ladies. Both ladies stated during this incident in the car while defendant was speeding down the highway that he told both of them, "I'm going to F y'all and then unalive y'all." That's what? Both stated they feared for their lives and feared for their safety if the defendant learned they were talking to the police. Sydney was able to provide screenshots of her location from the Life 360 app. I love that app. My kids still have it, and they better have it until I leave this earth. The screenshots provide locations of the general area where Sydney was, which corroborates with both complainant statements. The screenshot also provides an estimate speed of traveling because it does show how fast you are going on the highway. So he can't lie and said that he didn't. I observed one of the screenshots where it shows a map where it appears to begin in Bunker Hill area, and then the route is on I-10 West all the way past the Katy, Texas area. On the screenshot, it shows the time 12:44 a.m. Between 12:44 a.m. and 1:18 a.m. with an estimated speed of 106 miles per hour. Good morning, MEP. Yes, y'all hit the like button because y'all getting this straight straight out of Harris County court records. Affiant was unsuccessful in his attempts to reach defendant, found defendant's phone no longer in service, left messages with defendant's ex-wife, and sent her Affiant's business card requesting contact. Affiant found that defendant posted on TikTok and Instagram that he, the defendant, was leaving the country to start a new life in Dubai. Affiant confirmed via FBI that defendant flew to Doha Airport, which is located in the country of Qatar, on a one-way ticket on December 9th, 2024. Chief ADA K. Curry accepted charges of aggravated kidnapping on defendant. 2 aggravated kidnapping charges against Corey SSG. This is the day after Christmas that they filed this complaint. Let's see about the statement of bonds. So comes now the state of Texas buying through its assistant district attorney and moves the honorable court to enter the following bond conditions. States request the defendant, whether a foreign national or not, be ordered to surrender any and all passports, visa, and other travel documents and be prohibited from obtaining or applying for any new or supplemental passports, visa, or travel documents. State requests defendant to have no contact with either of the ladies in this case or anyone in their household, including siblings, parents, in person or through any other person, telephonically, by mail, or any other manner of means for the duration of this case, and the following individuals or locations. So no contact with Sydney or Ava. Good morning, Natasha. Good morning, Natasha. Good morning, Miss Teddy Bradley. The states request the defendant not to possess any pow-pows, ammunition, or other pow-pows or weapons. They request him to submit a random urinalysis. They request that he be prohibited from using, possessing, or consuming any alcohol, controlled substances, dangerous rugs, Mary Jane, unless prescribed. He submit to electronic monitoring by signing the contractual agreement and complying with any stipulated curfews and rules. So if he gets caught, these are the stipulations that they want him to follow. They will request that he be prohibited from going near any residence or place of employment of both of those ladies. And that's it on that. So if he gets caught, let me see. Yeah, if he gets caught, then the judge, once he goes before the judge will check off these boxes as far as what his conditions for bond would be. And this is the motion for sufficient bail. So the state of Texas, by and through its ADA, requests this court to enter a sufficient bail pursuant to the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure. Sufficient and non-oppressive bail is required to give proper consideration to the nature of the offense, protect the safety of the victim and community, and provide reasonable assurance that the defendant will return. The nature of this case reflects. So here's the aggravating facts specific to the case. Defendant threatened both of those ladies at Pow Pow Point, held and transported them against their will, abandoned them at night on a highway, and fled the country on a one-way ticket. Now, he is wanted. I didn't even know he was wanted. He has an outstanding warrant from the Atlanta Police Department for a failure to appear. And that warrant was issued on September 30th, 2024. So not only are you wanted in Harris County, but you also wanted in Atlanta, Georgia. And all right, so having considered the state's motion for sufficient bond, and this is just the order. Once this is reviewed and he gets set, if the judge approves, his bond will be set at $150,000. Man, oh man. I don't even know what to say. I really don't know what to say. This is wild. This is wild. Y'all let me know. Like, I've been seeing SSG, and for the past couple of months, this dude has been spazzing. What's up, Gigi? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I know this is hot tea off the press, y'all. Hot tea off the press. Hot tea off the press. This is y'all Legal Doc Tea. That's why it is Legal Doc 24/7. And I'm going to show y'all the article that, I check my news in the morning, baby. And this is out of Houston. So, yeah, he kidnapped them. He threatened to pow pow. Well, actually, he threatened to do something nasty to them, then pow pow them, and then ended up abandoning them. I think I hate this thing. I'm gonna exit out of there because it does too much. All right, yeah, because if I pulled up that, it has too many ads, and I don't know, it breaks up. But that was it. So yeah, I don't even know what to say. Good morning, Cream Grandma. Natasha said one thing for certain and two things for sure. God don't bless no mess, and He doesn't, because when I say this bro was spiraling out and he was doing so much damage trying to get Carmen, I believe that's his ex-wife. He's been trying to get her whatever. And then I believe Danny, um he made I don't know what he said she did. She stole people money or something like that. I have to go back and rewatch. But everything that he put out in the atmosphere is Karma's about to slap him. Karma is about to slap bro. I don't know what got into him. I don't know if he, indulges in, narcotics. I don't know that. But if he did, I understand why they would say that he would need to be subject to a random urinalysis, because this is wild. He's paranoid. He thought people, I don't even know. I don't follow them that much to know exactly what's going on in their lives. But for him to act paranoid, me personally, I would have Ubered. I would have Ubered back to my F. Now it'd be different if all their stuff, like their, well, obviously it was. I think that's what it was. Their keys and personal belongings was in there. So even if they tried to get back, they wouldn't been able to get into the apartment. So I get it, but if you were acting strange from the get-go, while my friend was there, Justin, the owner of the gym, I was like, "Hey, walk us to the car so we could get our bags, and Justin gonna take us home." That's how that should have been. Don't drop me off in the parking lot at nighttime and just drive off. What kind of friend are you? This situation could have gone a completely different way. Cream Grandma said Corey was asking for it. He will not stop. Yeah, I really think there is something. And then he was scamming people, talking about they was going to win a car or something of that matter. What are you doing, sir? This is too early in the morning. I said, what? Let me hop on here and give y'all the tea. while it is still hot, there I'm about to go make me some tea because I ain't even made me no tea yet. But Corey, so now I don't even know how I don't do international cases. So I have no clue how this will work. I really don't. I don't know if they're going to contact authorities in Qatar or in Dubai to, get him and then he's extradited back to Houston, but then he still has a freaking warrant in Atlanta. So this is not looking good for him. Y'all know more about this than I do, especially if y'all are tuning in. Fleeing the country does show guilt. He purchased a one-way ticket. That means he said, I don't even have him on social media. I need to go find out his social media and go on there. But he stayed on social media that he is starting his new life in Dubai. But while you were kidnapping those ladies, you called your future wife and asked her what you should do about the two ladies. If anything would have happened to those two ladies, ma'am, you would have been an accomplice. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't know who she is. I'm about to go over to this content creators page and see if she has any updates of who his new lady is. But if that future wife should have told him ask him, what are you doing? Are you okay? Calm down. Let the ladies go. Something of that matter. But you agreed for him to take them in the middle of nowhere and unalive them. I'm baffled. Hey, Miss Babs, good morning. Thank you. Yes, Gigi, baby. Let me tell you. I was like, oop, 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 oop. I had to get it together and then come on here. I was like, oh, this is tea. This is tea, hot coffee, uh, some wine. I don't know. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, but baby, what? Y'all let me know. Tell me what y'all thoughts are. To the replay gang, definitely comment and let me know. I don't know everything that's going on with Corey. I just see bits and pieces off of another content creator's channel. But I'm interested in knowing who the future wife is and why she would even tell him that it was okay to do what he did. I just don't get it. So everybody in this situation needs to be held accountable. I'm definitely going to stay prayed up for those ladies because it could have went left, and I know that they're going to have to get some type of psychological treatment because I can only imagine how they felt. This man had a pow pow. He's driving down the highway 106 miles per hour and you are away from home. This is wild. Yes, y'all definitely hit the like button, but I'm about to get out of here. Definitely let me know your thoughts in the comments below. To everybody that is watching, thank y'all for tuning in to the replay gang. Definitely thank you for watching. You all leave a comment, let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until then, you all have a blessed morning. I might be back with another one because I'm trying to find this Nicki lawsuit, y'all. I gotta see Nicki Minaj and why she's slapping people all over the place. But y'all, thank y'all for tuning in. I'll see y'all later. Be blessed. Bye.